Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. Welcome to the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
Welcome indeed. How are you, Nick?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Do you know what? It's really quiet on the roads out there.
Is it?
Driving over here, so I think one car.
Everybody's in London.
Everyone's like having their knees up for Her Majesty, aren't they?
They are indeed.
What's the point in a monarchy, hey? I mean, thanks for the days off, but it's a bit of a weird thing when you stop and think about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. It's good that we can celebrate somebody doing something for 70 years, though. There's not many people who...
Oh, no, great, you know.
There's not many people who've done anything for 70 years.
Fair play.
Yeah,
Just,
fair play to her.
I always just think, sell a few paintings a year. You could do without some.
Yeah.
Give some back to the people, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of spending it on your son's trial.
Yeah, let's not
and
get
legal
into
fees. Anyway.
You got your bunting up outside your house?
No.
No?
No.
My mum and dad's street,
Yeah.
every single house has done it. It's amazing.
Is that a coordinated effort?
I don't think so.
Really?
Might
That's
be.
even more impressive.
It might be. Maybe my mum and dad have just not been invited to it. But
Have they
it
put
looks
them
cool
up?
down there. Yeah, they have. Yeah, it looks really cool down there. You just drive down.
There's none down my street.
None at all.
No.
There's a few up around here.
Yeah, there's quite a few. As on my way over,
Yeah.
There is quite a bit strung up.
Yeah, I haven't got anything else. I'd put a flag up, but I haven't got any.
Further that way down your road, there's quite a lot.
Yeah. I came on yesterday. There was a man in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Putting flags up.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but it'll be over by the time this episode comes out, so it's redundant.
I walked through town earlier. There was quite a lot up there.
There's a lot going on.
I think they're lighting a torch later.
Yeah, they're doing the beacons all over the country, aren't
Yeah.
they? They're all being lit tonight.
That's all a bit weird. I just think if an alien came down or something, or
American.
yeah, I don't know.
They love
The
Americans
pomp's
love it,
all a
don't
bit
they?
strange for me.
Pomp and circumstance. Yeah.
But there we go. You know, like you say, 70 years on the job. That's a good
Pretty cool.
achievement.
Yeah. We've done 7 seasons of this, and we're quite impressed. So 70 years of it, be a lot.
Yeah, that will be into like season 140 if we get that far.
That's a lot of films.
Yeah, I'm not doing that maths.
To 4,000 ish. How's your week been? Have you been up to much?
Well, I've had a nice day today.
Yeah.
I've been to play a bit of adventure golf
Oh, nice.
and went out for a meal
Did you win?
at lunchtime. It was actually a draw
Oh, really?
between myself and my good lady wife.
Oh, so you beat the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should.
I would have won, but she got a hole in one on the last hole.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you were fuming.
Oh, well, the draw. Draw's fine. Yeah, so that was good fun.
Good.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've been decorating this week. I've been off
Nice.
work all week. So, as always, when I'm not at work, I'm usually painting something in this house that never seems to end. It's like the fourth bridge, this house.
That's all houses for you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, done that. Looks all right.
Brilliant.
So, well done.
I've not bought us any Icelandic confectionery this
Good.
week.
That's good. I did it. I was going to say I ate the rest of it after
Okay.
you'd gone, but I didn't.
Right.
I pulled the licorice out and ate the chocolate,
Okay.
and it was still rank because it just tasted like licorice.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have thought that like chocolate would absorb
No, it did though.
the taste of
Yeah, it proper
licorice,
infused it.
but there you go.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Okay. Well,
It was funny listening to it when I was editing though. I enjoyed that. It was good.
no, you can't bring anyone a present anymore. Unbelievable.
You can bring me a present whenever you want, just not something that's rank.
Well, I didn't know that before we ate
True.
it.
No, that's true. That's very true. We didn't even know it was licorice before we ate it.
No, exactly.
Listen to last week's wave if you're not sure what we're talking about.
My Icelandic's just not up to scratch, I'm afraid.
Shall we get on with some Netflix news?
Sure, let's do it. Netflix movies.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a new strategy,
Oh,
apparently,
okay.
according to their executives. Apparently, Netflix movies are adjusting to a new set of realities.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, they are basically saying we're going to make less movies, but they're going to be bigger and better.
Okay. So not one a week like they have been doing for the last couple of years.
Well, they're still going to try and hit a movie a week.
Right. So not fewer.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed message. But, I mean, this article that's in the Hollywood Reporter basically is some interviews with various bigwigs in Netflix and you know, some of those executives. Ted Sarandos, one of the co-chief executives, says,
Cool name.
Currently, we're releasing some of the most popular and most watched movies in the world. Just over the last few months, things like Don't Look Up and Red Notice and The Adam Project are examples of that. But our new directive is bigger, better, fewer. Small movies aren't going away, but they could become more niche and cater to a more passionate audience. Bigger doesn't necessarily mean more $150 million movies. We think it's more like, instead of making 2 movies for 10 million, you'll get one for 20.
Okay.
And it basically sounds like a bit of quality control, which
It was not a bad thing.
I would say is not a bad thing. But, you know, the problem is, if Martin Scorsese still comes next time and says, I want 100 million to make my next gangster movie,
Yeah.
it's not like Netflix are going to go, okay, keep it to 2 hours.
No, of course they're not. Absolutely.
And isn't that proper quality control?
That's, yeah. You just let somebody like Scorsese do whatever they want, though.
Yeah.
It's to stop films like some of the crap that we go through getting made, isn't it?
I don't know if we do many movies that are made for 10 or 20 million dollars.
Probably not.
But, you know, who knows? I mean, they've sort of said, look, we've got The Grey Man coming out. We've just spent 200 million on that. So it better be good.
It better be good.
They've got a huge deal, obviously, with Ryan Johnson for Knives Out 2.
Yep. I mean, the first Knives Out is a great film. It's a real coup.
Didn't they give it? They give him like 500 million for
Yeah.
2 more movies or something.
It's a real
like
coup
that.
to get that.
Yeah. So well, we'll see. Will Netflix movies get better? I mean, don't
Better,
make
less.
Red Notice 2. That will help.
Yeah, that'll save you some money.
Spend that on something else would be my first piece of advice.
Okay, that's interesting. We'll keep our eye on that.
I don't think it means anything. At the end of the
No,
day,
of course it
Netflix haven't got poor, have they? They're
No.
just a bit of an update next on the password sharing experiment
Okay.
in South America that Netflix have been offering. This is, if you remember, if you want to offer or share your account with someone who lives somewhere else,
Yeah.
then you have to pay a couple of extra dollars a month. One of the features on this, which has sort of leaked out in the last month or so, while they've been trying this in Peru, Chile, and Costa Rica, is that if you're a subscriber and notice some odd things are being watched on your profile and you suspect someone else is using your account,
Yeah.
you can call Netflix up and they will hand you a verification code, which you then have to confirm with them, and you will bypass paying that extra fee.
Oh, okay.
And it's also a way of weeding out, I suppose, you know, with your password's been compromised.
So that's not password sharing. That's password
No.
stealing.
Yes, exactly. That's not the same as, you know, giving your brother
Mom
your password.
or something, yeah.
But it's something that is, well, kind of the next development. You said a while ago when we talked about this, you didn't think this would stick.
Yeah.
And I was unsure.
Yeah.
But I think I'm coming around to the fact that this is probably not going to stick.
I think what they're doing is trying to scare people into stopping doing it, and I think that's all they're really interested in.
Yeah.
If they can stop 10% of people doing it, then they've succeeded, haven't they? You're never going to stop it all.
No.
You're just not.
Netflix are trying to let people go. But I think then having to hire a load of very highly paid techie people to work out how they will
Yeah, exactly. How do you do that?
how they will solve this problem seems to be a bit against the grain of what
Yeah.
they've been trying to do.
So what's stopping me having a Netflix account and then going to your house and using my account?
This
is
is
that
it.
classed as me sharing passwords with you? Or?
So when I go away, if I'm away with
yeah,
work,
exactly.
and I might watch it on my iPad or something,
That's not password sharing.
No.
But that's what they're going to class as that.
but I'm not in. I'm just away from my house.
yeah. How do you clamp down on that? You can't do.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I just don't think anything's going to come of it.
It's a tricky issue.
It really is.
We're going to be hearing a lot of it through the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see how this goes.
But it'll all come to naught. Next.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, okay. Big week for Johnny.
Yeah.
It's coming to some money.
Yeah, so I hear. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of this thing because I haven't really followed it.
I've followed it a little bit, not
and-
to any sort of expertise to it.
No, same. I'm not going to make any ongoing commentary because
I
don't really care.
I think he hired better lawyers than she did, and I think
Well,
that's what it's come down to.
On that, it is come out this week that one of the lawyers that helped Johnny Depp in the background of his recent court case was Catherine Zellner, who was featured in the Netflix documentary Making a Murderer.
Oh, really?
Apparently, Johnny Depp rang her up and said, "I've just watched Making a Murderer," and you said something like, if anyone uses me as a lawyer, I guarantee you won't be found guilty. And she was working on his case with his team.
Wow.
And she never actually played a part in the court proceedings. She wasn't front and centre. But yeah, he hired her off Netflix, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, I suppose you can do that when you've got lots of money.
Yeah, when you're Johnny Depp, you can do whatever you want, it appears.
Watch Netflix documentary.
I think we might have seen the last of Amber Heard, hopefully. I seen a petition was going around yesterday to get, was it Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's lawyer?
Right.
To get her the part in Aquaman 2 instead of Amber Heard. I thought that was really funny. It's been an interesting week. Some of the video clips from the court case, it's like watching a comedy show.
They both seem just insane.
They're both horrible people,
yeah.
But Johnny just has better lawyers.
How can you have sympathy, right? Yeah, of any of these two rich people slinging mud at each other.
It didn't matter to him the outcome of the case. What mattered was getting his reputation back, and I think he's done that. I think he's won the world back over.
So why will we be punished for having to get another Pirates of the Caribbean movie? No one deserves that, surely.
He won't make that now. What did he say? $300 million and 100 million llamas. That's what he'd take it. That's what he'd do it for.
Only the first one that's any good. The rest of them are all shite.
Agreed. Controversial take, but I agree.
I love a cooking show on Netflix.
I do.
I love Queer Eye.
Yes.
Well, let's combine two of those things, because Anthony Porowski, who is the food guy from Queer Eye, is going to be hosting a Netflix cooking competition series.
Queer cooking, nice.
I mean, that's not what it'll be called, but that's actually not a bad idea. It's Easy Bake Battle.
Okay.
So everything on the show will be cooked in an easy bake oven.
I was just going to say, is that what it is? What a great idea.
Which is like the kids. They were never a big thing over here,
no,
really, were they? But it's like the kids' mini ovens, isn't it?
Just a light bulb that gets hot?
Basically, yeah, I think.
How do you cook stuff with that?
The very popular toy over in the States, and I'm sure other parts of the world as well. Easy Bake Battle spotlights home chefs who go head to head in 2 rounds of savoury and sweet challenges using only an Easy Bake style oven. The competition is not suited for children, as the competitors compete for $25,000 in each battle. The winner has a chance to win up to $100,000.
Oh my God.
The official synopsis reads, "Life is complicated, but cooking doesn't have to be. Enter Easy Bake Battle, a new culinary competition series inspired by Hasbro's iconic Easy Bake Oven, featuring skilled and ultra-clever home cooks, all with a ton of heart and soul, facing off and using their most ingenious kitchen hacks to prove who can make the easiest, fastest, and most delicious food." Yeah.
It just goes to show, if you can get a celebrity on board, you can get anything. Anything commissioned.
I mean, it's getting a celebrity on board, which I actually think Anthony will be a good fit for this. He's charismatic and lovely to look at. But also, Hasbro are going to just go, yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Do it. I mean...
We'll sell some Easy Bake Ovens off the back of it. Job done.
Exactly. Watch out for the Easy Bake battle.
This could be a good real talk. What other toys can inspire reality TV?
Sure, why not?
Wow. Okay, that would be fun. He's my favourite of the Queer Eye guys. He's the only one I really know. Because I think, has he done another cooking show before?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I've seen him do something other than Queer Eye.
Possibly.
Maybe. I might be wrong.
So most of them have branched out a little onto... Bobby did the last series of the glass blowing show.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
JVN's got his own various shows and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
And Tam France, he had a fashion one. So they're pretty much all
branched out. I'm sure that guy's done a cooking show before.
Netflix has announced the cast and a synopsis for an upcoming adult animated comedy show.
Okay.
It's called Farzar. That is spelt Farzar.
Faza.
It's from the guys who produced Brickleberry and Paradise PD.
Okay.
First season of 10 episodes. Dana Snyder, who will voice the main 3 characters, and Lance Reddick has joined the cast.
Oh, I love Lance Reddick. He's got such a voice.
He's got a lovely voice.
He has.
And I think he'll be perfect for well,
Whatever
anything, basically.
Yeah, basically.
He can definitely read me a bedtime story.
Do you remember when he turned up towards the end of Lost and he was just like creepy and weird?
Yeah, and then they didn't use him at all.
No,
But yes,
yeah.
he's you will. Lance Reddick's been in like every major
Yeah.
TV show of the last 10 years.
Fringe, probably the biggest one he was in. That was great. I loved that.
The official synopsis is from the creators of Brickleberry and Paradise PD, Roger Black and Waco O'Gwyn, comes the outrageous sci-fi animated comedy series Faza. Egotistical human warrior Renzo liberated the planet Faza from the evil alien Bazarak and then established a human settlement under a huge dome, becoming the Tsar of Faza.
The Tsar of Faza.
Years later, the planet is attacked by evil aliens, and Renzo's well-meaning and not-so-bright son, Prince Faisal, ventures out with his special crew, Shat, the special hostile assault team. Made from a human soldier turned cyborg, clashing conjoined twins, an unhinged scientist, and a highly incapable mutant. There you go. Sounds crazy.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Lance Reddick's in the new Resident Evil thing as well, isn't
Yes.
it? Netflix has come in.
Yeah. I genuinely can't keep track of all the various Resident Evils.
It's madness. It really is. It's like the or did you see the list of all the Star Wars projects that are in production at Disney Plus?
Yeah.
There's like 20.
Yeah, but at least they're all turning up on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil
all
seems
over
to
the
pop
shop.
all over the place.
It does.
Okay, last bit of Netflix news
Okay.
before we move on to some other stuff. You can now go and find at your leisure the trailer for Kevin Hart's new Netflix movie, The Man from Toronto.
I watched this trailer yesterday.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
I thought, do you know what? This looks like fun.
Yeah, it does. It does look like fun. They're both bankable characters.
Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson's great. Kevin Hart's usually great.
Yeah. I think it sounds pretty good. So Kevin Hart plays Teddy, a screw-up salesman who thinks he's arriving at a holiday cabin he rented on Airbnb, but he's mistaken for a lethal, ruthless assassin known only as the Man from Toronto, and is launched into a world of danger and violence, but funny violence. Directed by Patrick Hughes, who directed The Hitman's Bodyguard, but hopefully that won't put us off.
The first Hitman's Bodyguard's all right. The second one wasn't.
Was there one out last year?
Yeah, that was the second one.
It got snuck out, didn't it?
Was that the Hitman's Bodyguard? Or
Hitman's wife's bodyguard's
that was it.
cousin or something like that.
The first one's not too bad.
Netflix actually, although they have a contract with Hart now, this one is a movie they actually bought off Sony.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess wasn't. Well, Sony would rather take the money than punt it out into cinemas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, I thought the trailer looked okay.
It did. It looks quite entertaining. I love Woody Harrelson.
He's usually pretty good value, isn't he?
He's bankable, isn't he? You can pretty much rely on him for anything you want.
I've got 3 really great stories coming up now.
Okay. Tease me.
And they were all going to be like this and finally story.
Right, but there's 3 of
But
them.
I'll just put them all in because I really like them all.
Okay.
We
can do 3 for
This next movie that we're just about to talk about sounds absolutely fucking bonkers.
Batshit crazy.
Do you like Macaulay Culkin?
Hell yeah.
He has signed up for a movie
Oh, really?
called Rich Flu.
Right.
And
Is it a sequel to Richie Rich? Richie.
oh, that would be good. It sounds like a proper movie. It not only will star Macaulay Culkin, it will also star Rosamund Pike
Okay.
and Daniel Bruhl.
Bruhl.
Is directed by Galda Gaztelu Urita.
Easy for you to say.
He is the Spanish director whose last movie was the Netflix. Well, it was on Netflix. I don't know if it was Netflix produced sci-fi movie, The Platform.
Oh yeah, that was great. I had a lot of fun with that.
Rich Flu is about a disease that springs up from nowhere in the world, but affects only the mega wealthy.
How does that happen? What a great idea. That should happen.
Starts. It says according to the synopsis, starts at Elon Musk level and gradually works its way down the global rich list, which leads to economic chaos via a massive scramble for people selling off their assets
To try and not be rich anymore.
Yeah.
Clever.
With extreme wealth redistribution suddenly seeming like the best way to stay alive.
What a clever idea.
I just think that sounds awesome.
To be fair, the platform's about a wealth distribution
Yeah.
as well. That's pretty much what it's all about.
Yeah.
He's got a thing for it. But that does sound awesome.
You could have so much fun with that
Yeah, you
concept,
can.
I think.
You really could.
Like, it's like 28 days, mate. 28 days later meets Brewster's Millions.
Try and end up being poor so you don't get ill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a clever idea.
Because you could generally go, you could have loads of funny set pieces
Yeah.
and also some proper horror in there.
Yeah. You get some actual billionaires in
I
there.
want Rich Flu to be made already, so I
The
can
same.
watch
I
it.
want to watch it now, especially with Macaulay Culkin in it. What a great idea. Maybe he is playing Richie Rich.
Maybe that would be amazing.
Oh,
I'd love the rights to Richie Rich have become available so that you can do that.
he's looking good, old Macaulay. He's looking sorted himself out by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's married to a bottom of the stream alumni.
Is he?
Yeah,
Who's he married to these days?
Brenda Song.
What's she been in?
We watched her in that terrible film last season, the boring film.
Secret Obsession?
Yes,
Ah.
the main lady out of that.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he sorted himself out. Good for him. Looks good. Looking healthy.
Okay,
Next.
have you heard about Dashcam?
I know what a dash cam is.
Oh, have you heard about the movie?
No.
Well, there's been some controversy this week. UK cinema chain View
Yep.
has denied cancelling screenings of this horror film due to its offensive content. Now, they're
Okay.
denying it despite the director of said movie, Rob Savage, having been sent an email from a View employee, a copy of an email from the company, saying that all screenings of Dashcam had been cancelled due to contents of the movie which may offend our audience.
But they're denying that's what they've done.
Yes. A
Okay.
View spokesperson has said, our decision not to screen Dashcam was informed purely by the commercial conditions not being viable. The statement continues, we are currently investigating the cause of the incorrect information about our rationale for not screening this film, and we are sorry for any confusion that this has caused.
This is a great publicity stunt.
Do you know what? The director, Mr. Savage himself, said, thank you for your question regarding Dashcam. I have received feedback. This is what he's, the response he got. The fake response. It says, we've decided we won't be showing Dashcam at any of our movies due to the contents, any of our cinemas due to the contents of the movie. We at View believe in diversity, and any movie which may offend audiences, we may decide to no longer show at the last second without notice. And he posted that.
So they've sent
screenshot.
him that.
Well, someone who works for View sent him
Okay.
that. And then they seem to have about turned, or it was a fake email.
That's real. That screams publicity stunt.
Yeah, well, Savage has then since tweeted, apparently View Cinemas have cancelled the screenings because it's too offensive. If that doesn't make you want to watch this, what will? That's all you
I
want,
have no
isn't it?
idea what it is or what it's about, but it's made me want to watch it.
It says the film is shot on an iPhone. It follows a musician who, depressed by a pandemic lifestyle in Los Angeles, breaks quarantine to go to London to see her friend. Things soon take a turn for the deranged when Annie decides to live stream her actions for online viewers.
Okay. It sounds a bit like Spree.
It does,
from
doesn't
a few years ago with
Yeah.
the man from Stranger Things.
So who knows? Who knows what the truth is? But yeah, great publicity either way.
I might try and see if I can track that down. It looks quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a good synopsis.
Feels like it's the sort of thing that would be up your street.
Yeah, it is. Cheap. Cheap horror movies in my bag. That's what I like. Next. Last one?
Last one for me. I think you've got one, haven't you, after? So
Oh, yeah.
more details on the forthcoming Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Well, not really. But Simu Liu shared a story this week. I don't know if this is TMI,
Okay.
but he's had a full body wax.
Ooh.
and says it's been the most painful thing he's done.
I can imagine it is.
Now, rumours have now come out that he is playing Ken, but so is Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
And you're
we're
going to
having
get
two Kens.
multiple Kens. He says, waxing's been an education. I have a newfound admiration for incredibly brave women. But it was the only way that he could get his plastic-like sheen. He's also described the movie as wild and incredibly unique.
I mean, look, the more I hear about this movie,
Yeah.
the more I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, I think it sounds
I feel
like
it's just going to be balmy.
it sounds like they're swinging for the fences
Yeah,
with
it
this
really
Barbie
does.
movie.
It just sounds like it's going to be crazy. It really sounds like it's going to be crazy.
Summer 2023, so
Nice.
not that far away.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Simu Liu.
Yeah.
Shaven. Like a shaven baby. Cool. So I just wanted to briefly mention the Stranger Things viewing figures. Have you seen this?
I did see this, yeah.
It's crazy numbers.
Yeah, big time.
Big time. So in the opening weekend of the first release of Stranger Things, season 4, they clocked up 286.79 million viewing hours, which smashed Netflix's previous record for Bridgerton's sophomore season, which only received 193 million viewing hours. It hit the top 10 in all 93 of Netflix's areas that it covers.
That's crazy.
And went to number 1 in 83 of them.
Yeah.
That's big numbers.
Yeah, it's huge.
You can see why they've planned exactly where they wanted Stranger Things to come out, I think.
But also,
every episode's 4 hours long.
Yeah.
So,
so it should be.
yeah, it really should. Which I suppose brings us straight into, have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've not watched Stranger Things.
I've watched the first 3 episodes of it.
I'm doing it this weekend. I've not quite started yet.
The only problem is, all the episodes are a movie's length.
Yeah.
So you can only watch one a night. You can't binge 2 or 3 because it'd be like 3 in the morning.
You have a really late night, even if you just do 2.
Yeah. So I've done 3 over 3 days. And honestly, it's been much better than I was expecting.
Cool.
It feels like it's grown up a little bit. It feels
Right.
a bit more adulty. The kids have definitely grown up.
Yeah, because I've said this, I think, previously. I've got to the end of every Stranger Things season and thought, I really enjoyed that. Like, properly really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I need another one.
Yeah.
But then by the time I'm 2 episodes in, I've gone, no,
Yeah,
fine.
I'm fully in.
Yeah, let's go nuts with this.
It just has some sort of hold over me, I think. I think it's just really well made.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I mean, all the money is there up on screen, isn't it?
Yeah. 100%. You can see the money in it.
It's basically 30 million an episode, I reckon, this season.
Movie budget.
Yeah.
Movie budget episodes. Movie length episodes.
Yeah.
The episode 3 is only an hour long. So it's like, oh, we're going to have a bit of a rest after this one. But no, I've been really impressed with the first 3, but they have all grown up.
Yeah, I can't wait to start.
Noah Schnapp, who plays Will, is massive now. He's like proper stacked. And he was like the little weedy youngest one.
Because it carries straight on from the
It's a few months later, I
previous
think.
season.
I think there's been a time break in the show.
But months.
Months, yeah. Not 3 years. But I think it's going to be weird when you watch it if somebody ever binge watches it when it's all finished.
Yeah.
To watch them grow up quite quickly. Between season 3 and 4, they're going to have grown a lot.
Yes, because
and between 4 and 5 is going to be even worse
because if I recall, this was shot reasonably soon after 3.
Yeah.
As in within a year, but then it's been on the shelf being edited and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's been on the shelf for 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
So season 5 now, they're all even older now.
So they actually real time will have caught up a bit. So by the time they roll on season 5, it's probably 2 years, if not more, since they're going
to have to do a time jump between 4 and 5, I think.
Yeah. 5's the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all going to be 4 hours long, those episodes. They're going to have to be.
Oh.
Have you watched anything else? What have you been watching?
I have completed Somebody Feed Phil.
Oh, so have I. I watched them all.
Yeah.
I thought it was wonderful.
Tried to really space them out.
Failed.
Well, no, I think 3 nights, I think.
Yeah, I think I did it in 3 nights. I did the last 2 together.
Yeah.
It really made me want to go to... I want to do that road trip between Portland, Maine and Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, so it's only like 3,000 miles.
Yeah. Imagine that's such a cool road trip to do. Those 2 Portland episodes are brilliant. They're great. Both of those cities look amazing.
Yeah.
The Madrid one was good as well, to be fair. And the Mexican one looked great.
Oaxaca.
That
did look great, yeah.
That looked great. Yeah,
Well, actually, and I think you hit on something there because obviously it's a food show,
yes,
and Phil Rosenthal's got this amazing way about him, and he kind of makes everyone who he talks to stars as well,
yes,
because they just bounce off him.
Yeah,
but we never actually really mention just how well it's shot.
Yeah, it's
because
really well made.
The cities look great.
Yeah, they really do, and he always goes to a market, which always makes the city look nice.
Yeah.
And then he always goes to the.
There's a lot of like rooftop droney type shots as well, and actually you think we've never. I was thinking this the other day. We've never mentioned all the times we've talked about the show. We've never really mentioned it looks great. The cinematography on it is top notch.
It's a really well made show.
Yeah,
and it makes me hungry. It really makes me want to go to everywhere he goes to.
Yeah.
It just really does. I'd love to do a food.
Go and have an adventure.
I'd love to do a food pilgrimage to somewhere and just go and try all the best food in a city.
I mean, I had the knowledge bomb dropped on me in the Madrid episode where he asked the question, where they were going on the tapas tour.
Yeah.
And Phil asked the question that I was thinking when they kept getting served these gigantic plates of food.
Yeah.
And he said, I thought tapas was small plates. And his tour guide said, no, everyone thinks that. Tapas just means you share it. Doesn't matter how much.
Doesn't matter how big it is.
At which point they were then given like a tomahawk steak.
Yeah, one of those steaks was enormous.
So
yeah,
it was cool.
It was cool. It was really. I hope it just keeps going forever.
Yeah,
I just want it to just keep going forever.
Yeah, he's got a podcast now.
Has he?
Yeah, just started a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, cool. What, doing food and stuff?
Yes, it's not associated with Netflix or the show, but it is a food-based podcast.
Somebody pod Phil.
Can't remember what it's called.
I'll check that out.
But I've not listened to it either, but we'll have a look.
Stop advertising other podcasts on our podcast.
Yeah, sorry, but he doesn't need the help.
Yeah.
Well, unless you want to mention us, Phil, then that's fine.
Feel free.
Feel free.
Anything else?
I've watched the first couple of episodes, three episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. Any good?
Do you know what? Yeah, quite.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. It's hooked me in.
Good.
I'm not a huge Star Wars. I used to be. Like when I was a lot younger.
You say this and then you watch every Star Wars TV show that comes out. So.
Yeah, but they're quite short, and I can usually just bung them on while I'm cooking the dinner or do something like that. So, yeah, it's good. It's got some very familiar faces that turn up. I won't spoil it. Ewan McGregor's pretty good. They actually give him some stuff to do.
Good. That's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah. They're just... I always find it really funny. People get really... What I don't like about Star Wars is people who like Star Wars.
I agree.
Because they get really precious about it. And I'm just like, this is mindless fucking popcorn TV.
Yeah.
And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's no like...
It's not like
a
big thing.
But it is to them. It's life.
Just enjoy it.
Somebody mentioned what their fandom's called the other day, and the fandom menace.
Yeah,
I really like that. I really like that because it's true. But I'm not a big Star Wars guy. And I haven't seen any of these.
Prick about it, is there?
No, exactly. I haven't seen any of these shows yet, and I'm not fussed. I don't think I will.
I can totally understand that because you've now got quite a few racked up, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, where do I start? Do I need to start at the start?
I'm not that bothered.
I don't know if I'm going a bit. I don't know if I'll fall off the Marvel stuff a bit because
there's that as well.
I've not seen all the movies. I missed a couple of the most recent movies. I've not seen the Moon Knight.
I've never watched the finale of that. I watched the whole series.
Oh, did you?
Never seen the last one yet.
Okay.
I just keep forgetting. I just haven't watched it. No particular
I've
reason.
not even started it. So But I suppose they don't care. Not everyone has to watch everything. Yeah. Dip in.
Moon Knight disappeared up its own arse. The first 2 or 3 were really good.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is this? And I was just, it lost me.
My only criticism of Obi-Wan would be, it's cool to see that all these famous characters come back.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to feel the jeopardy because you know that they're around in the future.
Yeah, you know what's happening. You know how it ends up.
So these franchises are really stuck, aren't they, in the whole, do we do the nostalgia Or do we strike out and do something new under the
That's such
the
a
banner of this franchise?
when you do a prequel franchise, you've always got an end game,
Yeah.
so you can't really do anything too shocking. But hey ho.
Yeah. But look, it looks nice. It's fed by the Disney machine.
It came out.
Be all right, isn't
Came out on the same day as Stranger Things,
It did.
and there was a no contest of which one I was watching.
Yeah.
So I think that says it all.
That's fine.
Good.
Awesome. Anything else from you?
Yes, I watched a film on Saturday night.
Oh, lovely.
I watched Chaos Walking,
Okay.
which is Tom Holland and Daisy
Ridley.
Ridley.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of her
So we
surname.
have Star Wars people.
It's shit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've heard it's a bit odd.
It had a real troubled production.
It's dropped onto Netflix, hasn't
It
it?
has dropped onto Netflix. Yeah, it had a real troubled production. It was in production for about 3 years.
Okay.
It's just bad, man.
Well, is this the? I've seen clips where they're just running through a jungle.
Yeah, you can. They can.
What's the story?
They're not in Earth. They're not on Earth. They've
Okay.
escaped Earth to this other land that looks like Earth. And when they landed, all the men could read each other's thoughts.
Okay.
So the men always knew what. And then all the women, for some reason, disappeared. And there's no women. Tom Holland's never seen a woman in his life.
Okay.
And then a woman turns up.
Oh
And
man.
he has to try and protect her and look after her and get away. But she can't read his thoughts. He can't read her thoughts. And then, but everybody else can read his thoughts. And he can't really hide it very well. That's really boring. And I love Tom Holland. You know how much I love Tom Holland. I've talking to Ross the other day and I was like, I've watched everything he's ever made, I think, pretty much. But
It
that
sounds.
one's bad, man.
It sounds like quite a high concept sci-fi,
Yeah.
and then just
I think the
Dumbed
production
down
was
as possible.
so troubled that it just tempered what the film was supposed to be. It's based on a series of novels, I think.
right. Okay.
So they had a story already, but yeah, it was pretty bad. I started watching it the other week and I stopped because I remembered there was another film I wanted to watch. So I turned it off and then I carried it on this Saturday night and I probably shouldn't have bothered. Yeah, it's bad. Don't watch that. It's boring.
Okay. Fine. I've not got the details on these. I just thought I'd mention. I read a couple of interesting things this week.
Okay.
One was an article about a guy who during the pandemic, started during the pandemic, but basically in the last year. So it's about people who logging movies. So sort of letterbox type stats. There was one guy in Britain who watched, I think it was 1,028 movies in the last 12 months.
What? That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
like 3 a day.
Yeah. He said, well, some days, because he watched a lot of old horror as well,
Yeah.
like the Hammer stuff. He said, I could do 6, 7 of them in a day because they're quite short.
What? I suppose if you're working from home though, and you're just sitting on a laptop, you can have your telly on in the
Yeah, he was
background.
like, I was put on furlough, and I just thought I'd sit and watch movies. Like he's
I can't fault
married,
the guy.
married and everything. He was like, yeah, my wife just let me do it.
I don't understand how people have the time. I live on my own. I've got no dependents, and I don't have time. I can watch one Stranger Things at night, and I don't have time to do anything. So that's
And-
madness.
On the other side of that same coin,
Yeah,
I read an article about
a guy who'd watch one.
who'd watched The Hunt for the Wilder People every single day for 365 days.
That's insane. That's not
Which
normal.
is more insane.
That's mad.
And he said it started by accident because they watched it once, really liked it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to watch that again today. And this happened for like 5 days. And once he was like a week in, decided, right, I'm going to watch this every day for a year. And did it.
Shit. I mean, it's a great film. That's insane. There's podcasts that do it, aren't there? There's a couple of podcasts about, I think, that
There's a Fast and the Furious podcast that just watches the Fast and the Furious over and over.
and just watch the franchise.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it for
Find new
that
things.
excuse, that's fine. But wow, that's insane. Is there a film?
There's a review on Letterboxd every day.
Really? He's
Yeah.
reviewed it every day?
Yeah.
Is there a
And-
film that you could do it with?
And some of them are just like, oh, it's like day 90. Why am I doing this? I'm questioning my life.
Oh, could we leave that? Should we do that on next week's Real Talk?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
there a
let's
film
put it
you could
out
watch
there now.
every day for a year?
Yeah.
That's next week's Real Talk.
What film would you attempt?
If you had to watch a film every day for the next year, which film would you choose?
Yeah. I'll give it some
And then
thought,
we'll make
take it
somebody
away.
do it.
I think, hate's a strong word, but
You'd end up hating it, surely.
you wouldn't be far off, would you?
It depends what it is.
Yeah, but through 365 times. Especially if you had a busy day, you've done something and you've got, I can't leave 2 hours to watch this movie.
film again.
I
Have you seen it
can't do
yesterday?
whatever. because I've got to sit and watch this movie.
Could you
And
do it?
it's cheating to watch it like 2.5 times,
Yeah.
double the speed or whatever.
Could you do it from like 10 to midnight and then midnight to 2, and that's your 2 days done?
Oh, God.
Just watch it twice in a row. Then you look at the rest of your day through. We'll do that next. That can be next week's Real Talk.
Okay.
Deal. Talking of Real Talk, shall we get into it? Are we done?
Yeah, let's do Real
Let's do
Talk.
some Real Talk. So this is our new feature where we put out a topic for discussion onto the socials on a Tuesday. It's turning out to be on a Tuesday. And then we'll come on here and talk about it, discuss it. So this week's Real Talk topic was, if you could bring back any cancelled or ended TV show for one episode, what would it be and what would happen? Did we have any responses, Nick?
Yeah, should we start with the Discord?
Always. Our friends in the Discord. Come and join us if you want to. The link will be in the show notes.
We'll start there. Wayno says, Santa Clarita Diet.
Good choice.
I would end it properly.
That's a cop-out answer because you're supposed to... the idea was to say what you wanted to happen in that episode, not just end it.
Our friend Ross Cook, the unofficial or official third member of the crew,
Yeah, I think it's official.
who does all our art
He's a hero.
and is an all-round legend,
He is an all-round legend. He's a
gave
very indecisive guy.
4 answers.
It's becoming a tradition.
Again, not achieving the brief. Keeping up his streak. Santa Clarita Diet. I'd explain the zombie balls and give Sheila and Joel a happy ending. Jupiter's Legacy. A one-off that would steer the show closer to the comics and close it out.
I'd like to see an ending for Jupiter's Legacy. I think that's a good show.
Daybreak. A fun show that needs an ending.
That's very true. That was a shame when that got axed.
And his non-Netflix answer, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
His version would end with Buffy running Slayer Incorporated, where she manages all the Slayers the world over. Yeah.
I've never seen Buffy.
Really?
No.
So I think I've seen most of it, because when it used to be on like our BBC Two over here.
Yeah.
I don't think I can say I've seen all of it, because I don't think I sat and...
I don't know why I
it
never
all?
watched it, but when I was younger, I never got into it.
Yeah, because it would have been up your street.
Yeah, it would have. It just never did.
There's some great episodes of Buffy. Great show. What about from other
Twitter, we had some answers on.
social medias?
Ash Disdain, he came back and said Dinotopia. If you any idea what Dinotopia was?
Vaguely.
I had a vague
Was
memory
it like
of
a
it.
cheap Sky thing where like it's in the future but dinosaurs?
Yes.
Or in the past but with people and dinosaurs?
I think it was like some guys crashed onto a lost island and there was dinosaurs there.
Right.
It's a TV show. There's only 3 episodes from 2002. So Ash is proper like gone back in time for this because he's not much older than that himself. David Wellis was in it with Wentworth Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's just put he needs another episode of it and it needs to have better acting than the original series. Ash has got a thing for dinosaurs. That's 2 weeks in a row he's come back. So he came back with Camp Cretaceous last week.
It's a good streak. Keep it going.
Keep it. I've challenged him to keep
Based
it
on
going,
a series
so
of
yeah.
books.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I vaguely remember it. It's a good shout. It's a deep cut.
It is a very deep cut. I had to look it up.
It's what I would expect.
So I do know what it is. I know the name, but I'd never heard of it. Well, I had heard of it, obviously. And then Andrew came back with Citizen Smith, going even further back.
That's
in
another
time.
deep cut.
But he is a really old man.
That was Robert Lindsay, wasn't it?
It was Robert Lindsay, yeah. It was like a revolutionist,
Walked around
wasn't it?
Fulham and
Yeah. Power to the people.
that's it.
He said the revolution does happen in his episode.
Okay.
So that's,
Oh, like, this is a good topic. Good work, people.
I don't think we had any responses on Instagram.
I tried. I'm certain I put a response on, and I think I'm certain the app even said response sent.
Well, if you did, I don't know how to get
So
it.
either I failed to use it or you failed to retrieve it. I'm not sure which.
I've gone into our message history with you, and there's nothing there.
Okay.
So I don't know what you've done. None of us really know how to use Instagram. It's one of these old people things. What was your message?
I'm going with a deep cut as well.
Okay.
I'm going back to the 80s.
Oh wow.
I'm going
way back.
I'm going animated.
Yeah.
And I'm going with Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh okay.
the cartoon series,
Right.
because it got cancelled and the kids never got home.
Oh no way.
They were left
Really?
fighting for themselves in amongst said Dungeons and Dragons.
So they're just stuck there now forever.
Yeah. So apparently it did have a scripted final episode in which they got home. It was never made.
Okay.
So we'll make that, please.
So we need
I
to
remember
make that.
watching it when I was a kid. Do you watch that show?
Yeah, I did.
And they never made it back.
Ah,
So make that, please.
Okay.
That will be mine.
deal.
What about you?
I used to watch a show going back turn of the century,
Right.
2003, I think, ish. It was called Las Vegas
Yes.
with James Caan and Josh Duhamel
Yeah.
and Nick Cannon. That never ended. That got
Okay.
cancelled on a to be continued.
Oh no.
After I think James Caan got shot and Josh Duhamel and his missus were being stalked by somebody
Okay.
and they walked off screen and then it said to be continued and it never got continued. So I'd like that to end because that was like 10 series.
I
as well.
remember you. Yeah, you
I was
liked
well
that show.
into that. I was
Yeah.
proper into that. It was when the writer's strike happened.
Okay.
They got cancelled then because it never came back because of that. It was the casualty of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
So I'd like that to come back for one episode.
I did consider Glow, but that was my answer last week, so I thought I couldn't have it again.
Yeah, we need an ending for Glow.
Although that didn't not end. It just we know there was more planned.
Yeah, it just
so,
fizzled away.
Yeah.
We always said when Lost was on that we'd want there should be one more episode of Lost where John Locke's just sitting in an armchair explaining what the fuck happened. Just sits there and just tells you all the answers. So I'd like to make that.
Yeah, I don't hate the ending of that as much as a lot of people, but
No, same.
fucking hell, you could have tied some more stuff up.
I think the ending of Lost is beautiful, but I just like I think everything is answered in Lost. I think you just have to find the answers yourself, and so I'd like somebody to sit down and find them for me.
I don't necessarily agree. I think you can make up some answers. I don't think they're necessarily answered by the people who made the show.
There are answers there. They're not maybe as robust as they should have been. Let's put it that way. I would say Dexter, but that has now had its ending. That somebody did this for Dexter.
Yes, quite.
They got themselves a new series and made a decent ending for it, and that now has an ending, which is nice. So I think I
That's
can't
some
think
good.
of anything else.
No,
So
that's some good answers
Thank
from
you.
across the board there.
thank you to everybody who answered and got involved with
Yeah.
that. It was good. I'm really enjoying Real Talk.
Yeah.
And we've already got next week's now. I've already forgotten what it was, but we've got it now.
It's it's been some good interaction across all the
All the
platforms.
socials. We need to get more onto Reddit.
Okay.
So I feel like
Didn't we get thrown off there once?
we
before?
did get thrown off there once before. So you have to be careful with Reddit. Maybe we'll send our minions out so they can do it for us.
Yeah, cool. No, that's really good.
Yeah.
And next week, start your thinking.
Get your thinking caps on. What was the question?
What movie? If you had to watch a movie every day for a year, what movie would you choose and why? I have got something that's immediately dropped into my
So
head.
high, to be honest.
But I need to give it some thought as to whether do I want to risk hating that once the year is up.
What's that breaking news thing just happened? Something's just broke.
Queen's
Queen's
got,
something's wrong with the Queen.
Yeah.
You
can. You're 96. You can have a sit down. It's
yeah,
fine.
sit down, chick. Do you want a film? I think I'd want a film that's a bit of a brain fuck, so that you can really get into the thinking behind it and the history.
So
of it.
right, I feel we're already. Right, we'll go through this next week. I think you either need something that you can find on multiple viewings, a lot of different things to, or you need something brainless.
I think I'd hate that more. But let's get into this next week because there's no point doing 2 real talks in 1 week. Cool. So that's the real talk.
Okay.
Done and dusted.
Great.
Good answers. Thanks for getting involved. If you want to join us Discord, if you want to join us Discord, the links will be in the show notes and you can come and join that little community we've got going in there. We've got a watch along coming up in a week and a bit next Sunday. So this Sunday coming as this episode comes out. So if you want to get in there before then, we're going to watch Robert.
Yeah, do come and join the Discord because there's loads of back and forth and it's just
day.
really good chat and everyone's really nice and you'll make some new friends.
You will.
And you can talk about movies.
One of them's a really talented artist, so you can get him to do some cool drawings for you. We've got all sorts of cool people in there.
Yeah.
I love it. It's the first thing I check when I wake up in the morning.
Cool.
It's great. Good fun. Anything else?
I do have a game.
Oh,
Should we do a game?
let's do a game. And finishes off quite nicely.
Do you like Australians?
Yeah.
Good.
I've only met a few. Okay. They're all right. Do I need to open that link or are you going to do it?
We might open that link after the game is done.
Okay, cool.
If this sparks some interest. I've got a game about Australians. Do you know why?
Why?
Because on Thursday, on this very feed, you will find our movie show episode.
You will.
Where we are talking about the Netflix original movie, The Land of Steady Habits. That movie stars Ben Mendelsohn.
It does indeed.
He is an Australian.
Is he?
Yes.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Okay, good research. So
I have done some good research for this episode, but I didn't know that.
So we are playing Higher or Lower, Down Under. So I will give you an Australian.
Okay.
And according to a list on some website, magazine that I can't remember because I didn't write it down, the list of the top 25 biggest Australian stars, you have to tell me, is the next one higher or lower?
As like famous Australians?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I will start you off with a mid... So it's the top 25,
Yep.
according to this list. So I'll start you off somewhere in the middle,
Okay.
just to be fair.
Sounds good.
Guy Pearce is your starter.
Okay. Formerly of Neighbours.
Yeah. And now Hollywood. Is Rebel Wilson higher or lower in the top 25 Australian star list than Guy Pearce?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think she's going to be close. But
Do you want the number? Will that help?
Yeah, what was Guy Pearce?
15.
Okay. So is Rebel Wilson in the top 15 Australians? No, I think she'll be lower.
Correct.
Yes.
24 out of 25.
Oh, I thought it'd be closer than that, to be fair.
That probably shouldn't have told you that. This might help. All right, okay. Never mind. We're just having fun. Ooh, okay, right, okay.
Oh.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee himself.
Hulk's brother.
Higher or lower than Rebel Wilson?
Well, considering there's only one place below Rebel Wilson, I'm going to go higher just on law of averages.
Correct.
Yes. Where was he?
7.
7th most famous Australian?
This is always biggest star.
Wow. That's not bad for somebody who's...
big movies.
Yeah, but that's all he's ever done.
He was in Flipper. He
Was
was
he?
in, yeah, with a young Elijah Wood.
What's the one where he plays an angel? Touch of an Angel? No. Oh, what's that called? That's a really good film.
There you go.
Touched by an Angel?
He's been,
Is it something like that?
Is that a TV show?
No.
I know. I remember Paul Hogan being an angel. I do remember. I know you're not making that up.
He was definitely. I'm going to look it up while you give me the next one. What number was he at?
7. Obviously legendary. It feels to me...
Almost an angel.
It feels to me that, like,
1990.
in this world of remakes and reboots, maybe the boat's been missed on a Crocodile Dundee. Paul Hogan handing over the baton to a younger...
Yeah. Why has nobody ever redone... How old's Paul Hogan now? He's got to be well old.
I don't know. Probably like... Is he older than the Queen?
What year was the Queen born?
Just like 96. I don't think he's
No,
that
he's not
old.
that old. He was born in 1939.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he's in his 80s.
Right. Anyway, we're getting distracted.
Sorry.
Olivia Newton-John.
Oh.
Higher or lower than Paul Hogan?
Lower.
It's higher.
Is it really?
She's top 5.
No way.
4. She's number 4.
Fourth? Wow.
I mean, she was a singer as well, didn't she? She had some big
Yeah.
pop hits internationally.
Yeah, but
It seems high, doesn't it?
Kylie, Jason, Russell Crowe. Surely. They're the top 3.
Well, we might have a look after this. Okay. So, higher or lower than Olivia Newton-John? Russell Crowe.
Oh, I just said that. Higher.
Correct.
Yeah, he had to be. He's got to be in the top. I reckon number 3.
He is number 3.
I tell you, I think Kylie and Jason are number 1 and number 2.
Last one.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, I'd forgotten about the Hemsworths. They're not going to be number 1 or number 2. Lower.
He is lower. I think surprisingly low, according to this list. 11th.
No, really?
Not even break the top 10.
Wow.
It's Thor.
Surely these days,
Well famous.
in the current world, though, he's the most famous Australian, surely, as of today.
I would say
He's more famous today than Paul Hogan is.
Yes.
If you went and asked my cousin who Paul Hogan was, he would have no clue.
No, exactly.
But he would know who Chris Hemsworth was. I've just made up this mysterious cousin. I don't know who this is. I only have one male cousin, and he probably doesn't even know who Chris Hemsworth is.
Yeah, well, good. That was fun.
That was fun. I think I got them all right, didn't I?
Just the Olivia Newton-John was a bit of a
Olivia
spanner in the
Newton-John
works.
I want to know who's number one.
Crack open that
Do I
link.
need to open that link?
Yeah, which I didn't put a link in for.
Yeah,
so
you
you're gonna
just
have to
give me a link and not actually
copy and
linked it to
paste.
anything.
Dude, let's do the top 10. Sam Worthington, the
He's
who
25th.
you think is called Chris. He's 25th.
Let's just go through them all. So he's the 25th. Rebel Wilson's 24th. Liam Hemsworth's 23rd. That's high. He's never done anything. Simon Baker.
Yeah, he was the Mentalist. That was on TV for
that was good though.
about 20 years, wasn't it?
Rachel Griffiths,
21.
21. Rose Byrne, 20th. Hugo Weaving, I didn't even know he was Australian, 19th.
No, 19.
No, 19. 18th, Isla Fisher, her of Home and Away fame and married to Sacha Baron Cohen fame. Naomi Watts, 17th.
Yep.
Keith Urban, 16th. Guy Pearce, 15th. Toni Collette, 14th. That feels like low as well. Do you think she should be a bit higher?
Yeah, maybe. She's
in
always
everything.
good, isn't she?
Yeah, she's in everything. 13, Miranda Kerr.
I'd swap them at least.
Yeah, at least. Margot Robbie, 12. She should be higher than that as well. That's a nice dress.
Oh, brilliant. I've literally never heard you comment on fashion before in your life.
Chris Hemsworth's 11th. Kylie Minogue's 10th. Kylie Minogue's the most famous Australian.
I think you're talking from a very British biased point of view there. Because, like...
Am I?
Yeah, because she's like adopted Brit, isn't she? Is she famous sort of... In America, I would say not, probably.
Hugh Jackman. I forgot about Hugh Jackman. Number 9.
Hugh Jackman.
Kate Blanchett, number 8th. Number 8th. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Paul Hogan, number 7. That seems too high to me now. Heath Ledger, number 6, of course.
He's only famous because he's dead.
Heath Ledger would have been massive now. By now.
100%.
He would have been massive.
But he's only number 6. It's that whole Kurt Cobain thing, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. No offence, but... Because I think he's great, but...
Al McPherson's number 5. Al McPherson is not more famous than Kylie Minogue.
Worldwide?
No.
I
Really?
don't have a problem with that ranking.
I do. Olivia Newton-John, number 4. Oh, she's looking ropey. Russell Crowe's at number 3. I'm intrigued to see where this is going now. Mel Gibson's number 2. I always forget he's Australian.
Yeah, it's because he's racist.
Look
and
at
out
that
of the
face.
Limelight.
And number 1, Nicole Kidman, of course. Jason D didn't even make the list. Jason Donovan's not even on that list. Madness. Nobody from Neighbours is on that list.
I've seen
Where's
Jason
Harold
Donovan
Bishop?
live.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was not when, it was before he came back as well. It was like when he was
wow,
touring
really?
the universities.
Doing a uni tour.
Yeah.
Harold Bishop's not even on that list.
Played Too Many Broken Hearts like 3 times and he only did 5 songs.
Oh,
Anyway,
can't even think of another Jason Donovan song.
Sealed with a Kiss.
That's
I
a
think.
good tune. What was the duet he did with Kylie?
The most famous song
Yeah.
that we're both going to blank on.
Yeah.
Especially for you.
That's it.
I think he did that and sang both parts.
So, good game. I enjoyed that. Got into... Ben Mendelsohn's not on the list.
No.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, exactly.
So, this week, we're talking about The Land of Steady Habits, are we not?
We are, yeah. A
Christmas film in June.
It's set in Christmas. It's set at Christmas.
Christmas. It's
I
not
wouldn't
Christmas.
say it's a festive movie.
No.
It's about the ups and downs of a family coming to terms with its breakup, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some words for this film.
Yeah, me too.
Some,
Me too.
Maybe not so kind words, but maybe they might be. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
think there's plenty to talk about.
There's
that's
plenty
for
to
sure.
talk about. So join us back here on Thursday on this very stream. If you're subscribed to this, you're subscribed to that, and it will be out on Thursday morning when you get out of bed.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK. If you're in America, it probably just lands in the middle of the day sometime.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out, and we'll be back on Thursday with that.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, we will.
Cheers.
Bye.